students, in the last video we have discussed about the FIR filters and its introduction. Then we have discussed about the frequency response of an FIR filter. In the frequency response we have discussed about the magnitude and the phase response. Then from the magnitude and phase response, using that, just here next we have discussed about the linear phase FIR filter. In the linear phase FIR filter, in order to have a linear phase FIR filter, this phase delay and the group delay should be constant. Next one, in order to have constant group delay and phase delay, it should satisfy this condition. And also we have discussed about this tau is equal to m minus 1 by 2, and these are all the two conditions for symmetric and antisymmetric response. Okay, now here in this frequency, next topic is the frequency response of the linear phase FIR filter. In this, what we are going to discuss is if the that is, if the value, the length of the FIR is either odd or even, and the response is symmetric or antisymmetric, in this how this filter will give the response. For this condition, how the filter will respond, so that we are going to discuss now. Here, instead of m, we are going to have the value as n. Okay, both n and m are same here. Okay, it is nothing but the order of the filter. This is said to be the order of the filter, or in some book they will represent this as a tap of the filter. Okay, don't confuse with this m and n both are same. So if we use m, we will choose n minus 1 by 2. Here also accordingly both m and n notation represent the order of the filter. Right, now we will see the depending upon the values of this n, whether it is odd or even, and type of symmetric of the filter, whether it is symmetric or antisymmetric. This linear phase filters are divided into 4 types. Okay, so first one is, what is the first one is symmetric impulse response. Okay, symmetrical impulse response when n is odd. Okay, next, symmetrical impulse response when n is even. Next, third condition is antisymmetrical impulse response when n is odd. Fourth condition is antisymmetric impulse response when n is even. Okay, now here we are going to discuss about these 4 types in detail, and this topic is a very important topic. So just listen carefully, students, and we will see the derivations for all these 4 types now. So first case is symmetrical impulse response when n is odd. We know that h of n is the coefficient of the filter, and from that we are going to find the transfer function of the filter, and from the transfer function we are going to find out the frequency response of the filter. This and all we have discussed previously. Now here we are going to find out the frequency response when the condition is symmetrical impulse symmetric, when the impulse response is symmetric and the n is odd. We are going to find it out. Okay, so in this case what we are going to divide is the first thing is, here it is given it is odd. Okay, now here we are going to split this summation into some equal parts. Why I am splitting it? Because it is a symmetrical response. Okay, so for consider n is equal to 9. We have seen problem in this case, right? So in the last video we have discussed about this problem. Here n is equal to 9, right? Now we know that here the n is equal to 4 is the center of symmetry, and 0, 1, 2, 3 are the samples, and these samples are similar to the samples 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. So here what we need to do is, here it is in the case of symmetric filter, it is enough to find up to these samples, and using these values we can find out these samples at 5, 6, 7, 8, right? So the same concept here, in order to find out these samples, we need to divide, right? We need to first find the center of symmetry, right? So the center of symmetry we need to find, then we need to take down these previous samples before the center of symmetry, then we need to find out the samples after the center of symmetry. Okay, so here in this problem the case is odd. Okay, so if it is odd, if you want to find the center of symmetry, the center of symmetry lies at n minus 1 by 2. Okay, so consider n is equal to 9, so n is equal to 9 minus 1 by 2, which is equal to 8 4. So see here, the center of symmetry lies at n is equal to 4. Okay, this is for example. So in general we need to write it, right? So what I am going to do is, first I am going to so we need to divide this equation into three parts. One contains the center of symmetry, the next portion contains like this. Okay, first we need to have a center of symmetry, then we have to have the samples before this, then after the sample of the center of symmetry. Okay, so in order to do this, this center of symmetry lies at n minus 1 by 2, right? So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to represent this h of e power j omega is equal to summation n is equal to, first I will write the center of symmetry, then you will understand. Center of symmetry is nothing but h of n minus 1 by 2, that is n is equal to n minus 1 by 2, I am substituting it, then e power minus j omega n minus 1 by 2. So this is the center of symmetry value, plus I will have one summation, here I will have n and here it is n minus 1. Before previous and all we have chosen m, right? Now it is n minus 1. I know this samples, that is 0 to n minus 1. Now I need to find out the intermediate values, right? So now in this case, here the center of symmetry is n minus 1 by 2. So this previous sample, how will you find out the previous samples? It is minus 1, right? So this will become n minus 1 when you take LCM, minus 2 divided by 2, which is equal to n minus 3 by 2. Okay, so here it is n minus 3 by 2, right? This is previous sample, so it is n minus 3 by 2. Here h of n e power minus j omega n. Here there is no need to substitute any value, because here we are, this varies when this summation varies. Okay, then plus center of symmetry. Here h of n minus 1 by 2, the next sample is n minus 1 by 2 plus 1, right? So here n minus 1 by 2 plus 2, so which is equal to n plus 1 by 2. So here the n varies from n plus 1 by 2 to n minus 1. So h of n e power minus j omega n. Now whether you understand how I have splitted this, I have splitted this equation into three parts, one with center of symmetry, then with these two previous values of center of symmetry, then after what are all the values you are having in the center of symmetry, just I am having it. Okay, consider this is n minus 1 by 2 values, this is n minus 1 and this is 0. So this values, it belongs to this equation. Okay, now this value belong to this one. Okay, now these range belong to this equation. Okay, now I have splitted into this three equal parts. Now I have expand this I have rewritten this equation. So the same first here, why I am writing this converting this equation in this form is because it is enough to find only the one half of the samples, right? The remaining half we can use these values and we incorporate these values for the remaining halves. So for that case, what I am going to do is, I am going to make the summation range similar to that of this. Okay, so here I am going to substitute n is equal to 0 to n minus 3 by 2. For that I am going to use let n is equal to n minus 1 minus n. Okay, so here if here this samples, for example consider n is equal to 9, right? So this samples denote the ranges from, that is here the center of symmetry is for n is 4 and this sample denote 5 to 8, right? Now we will check whether we are getting 5 to 8 for this case. So here substitute n is equal to 0 in this case. Okay, so when you substitute n is equal to 0, what you will get here? So here h of n is what? 9. 9 minus 1 is 8. So 8 minus 0, right? So 8 minus 0, which represent h of 8 value, right? Whether you are getting h of 8, similarly when n is equal to 1, you are getting h of 7. When n is equal to 2, you are getting h of 6, right? When n is equal to 3, you will get h of 4. When n is equal to 3, okay, n is equal to this one, right? 3, you will get that is h of 5. Here when n is equal to 3, this summation will stop, right? So you will get the values, that is 8, 7 and 6. So what you need to get for this range, this is center of symmetry is 4 in this case, right? 4. So I am getting 5, 6, 7. Okay, so here I need to get 5, 6, 7, 8. So when I substitute the range, so consider now n is equal to 0 to n minus 3. Here n is 9, here the n is 9, right? 9 minus 3 is 6. 6 by 2 is 3. So n is equal to 0 to 3, it will vary. So when you substitute n is equal to 0, you will get h of 8. When substitute n is equal to 1, you will get h of 7. When you substitute n is equal to 2, you will get h of 6. When you substitute n is equal to 3, you will get h of 5. So like that. So this is equivalent to this summation. Okay, so now what I am going to do is, after splitting this, okay, so I will erase this, otherwise you will get confused. After splitting this summation, I am going to apply the symmetry condition. Okay, I am going to apply the symmetry condition. We know that the symmetry condition is h of n is equal to h of n minus 1 minus 1. Okay, instead of this h of n minus 1, I am going to replace by h of n. Okay, so h of n e power minus j omega n minus 1. This won't change, right? So this is the magnitude coefficient only change. So I am replacing this by h of n. Okay, now the next thing is, what I need to do is, so I need to represent, this is a frequency response. I need to represent this frequency response in terms of the magnitude and phase response. So here magnitude response is denoted by magnitude of e power j omega, and phase response is denoted by j 5 omega, right? So I need to find out this phase response as well as the magnitude response. So already we have seen in problem, in order to find out this phase response, what you will do, you will take the center of symmetry e power value outside, right? Similarly here I am taking this is what h of e power j omega. I am taking this e power minus j omega n minus 1 by 2 outside. So when I take outside, what I will get, I will have this equation as 2 h of n e power minus j omega n. Here when I take minus j, it will become plus j omega n minus 1 by 2 plus h of n minus 1 by 2 plus summation n is equal to 0 to n minus 3 by 2 h of n e power minus j omega n minus 1 minus 1 into e power j omega n minus 1 by 2. Okay, so this is this step you think you will understand this step. Okay, now what I am going to do is, now this is the phase I have obtained. So this is what e power j phi of omega is equal to e power minus j omega n minus 1 by 2. Okay, so here phi of omega is nothing but omega into n minus 1 by 2, minus omega into n minus 1 by 2. Okay, now I need to find out the, this is minus, okay, minus omega into, I need to represent this magnitude response now. Okay, so what I am going to do is, I am going to find out the magnitude response. How I will find this magnitude response is, now just I need to simplify this equation. So h of e power j omega is equal to e power minus j omega into n minus 1 by 2 into, just simplify this. So I will do the rough work here. Okay, so here add this. Okay, e power, which one is common in this case? E power j omega is common, right? So e power j omega is common. So we can write this as n minus 1 by 2 minus n. So I have combined this. The coefficient of j omega is n minus 1 by 2. So here it is minus n. Okay. So here I am representing this as n is equal to minus 3 by 2 h of n e power j omega n minus 1 by 2 minus n. Okay, plus h of n minus 1 by 2 plus summation n is equal to 0 to n minus 3 by 2 h of n. Similarly here I am going to take down the coefficient. Here the coefficient is I am taking as e power minus j omega. So n minus 1 minus n. So minus of n minus 1 by 2. Okay. Here because I have taken minus j omega outside. So okay. So here minus j omega e power minus j omega n minus 1 minus n. Okay. Here minus n minus 1 by 2. Okay, this is similar to n minus n by 2. So n minus n by 2 is n by n, sorry, this is similar to n minus n by 2. Instead of n, what I am having n minus 1. So when I simplify this, what I will get, e power j omega minus j omega n minus 1 by 2. Here I am having what, minus n. Okay, so e power minus j omega n minus 1 minus n minus 1 by 2 is n minus 1 by 2 minus n. Okay, so I am writing this as e power minus j omega n minus 1 by 2 minus n. Okay, so this is what I got after simplifying this. Okay, now I need to combine these values. We know that these two values are common, right? So e power j theta and e power minus j theta can be represented as 2 cos theta, right? I am going to represent using that. Now this is what the after simplification, just you don't confuse with it, I will explain what is this now. After simplifying yes, after simplifying this results, what we got is, after simplifying this result, what we got is this one, right? So e power minus j omega n minus 1 by 2 2 cos omega n minus 1 by 2 minus n plus h of n minus 2. So this is what the actual thing what we have derived. So and this is what your frequency response. From this phase response, magnitude response, we have obtained phase response value and magnitude response value. Okay, so this is the required thing. Okay, here what I have done is I have just have a simple modification by having a single summation. So I have not changed anything. Here I have changed summation is equal to 0 to n minus 1 by 2, because here I am changing from 0 to n minus 1 by 2 எடுத்திருக்கேன். So okay, so here it is n minus 3 by 2. Next sample is what, n minus 1 by 2. So I have combined these two samples. N is equal to 0 to n minus 1 by 2 a n cos omega n. So this is what your cos omega n. Okay, so now where this a of 0, when it is n is equal to 0, it is nothing but this value you will get it, h of n minus 1 by 2. When in a of n, you will get 2h of this one. Okay, 2h of n minus 1 by 2 minus 1. So don't confuse with this. Up to this it is enough. So this is a new format to represent this equation. Okay, so that's what about this symmetric impulse response when n is odd. Okay, so the next one is we are going to discuss about symmetric impulse response when n is even. Okay, so when n is even. Okay, so the next case, the same symmetrical impulse response when n is even. Okay, so see this problem, what is n is odd. Here this n value is odd, so you will have a center of symmetry. So what we have split at this equation, we have a center of symmetry, then we split the previous values, combine one part, and we split the next values into other part. But in case of even, there is no center of symmetry, only you will have even values. Okay, so that is 0 to n minus minus 1. Okay, so here how will you find, here there is no center of symmetry, so I am going to split this by n minus 1 by 2. So this one part and this one part. Okay, so here the same concept what we did, just you combine these all these things and study. Here I have splitted into 3 part. Now I am going to split this equation into 2 part. Okay, so h of e power j omega is equal to summation n. First I will write the formula n minus 1 h of n e power minus j omega n. Now I am going to split this into 2 part. So h of e power j omega is equal to, so summation n is equal to 0 to n minus, sorry, so first I will split this summation, right? So this is n minus 1, right? So n minus 1, so this will become, so if I choose, first I have told wrongly here, if you choose n is even, sorry, n is even, right? When I choose n is equal to even here, suppose n is equal to 6 here, so 6 minus 1 by 2, you won't get the correct answer, the sample value in the decimal form. Okay, now just erase this. So consider only 0 to n minus 1. So in this case, you need to find out the center values. The center values is n by 2, right? So n minus 0 to n minus 1 sample. Otherwise consider 0 to n எப்படி பண்ணுவோம், n by 2 தான் center value. So அதே மாதிரி இங்க என்ன 0 to n minus 1, the center sample value is n by 2. Okay, so I am taking from n by 2 to n minus 1 h of n e power minus j omega n. So n by 2 na அதோட previous sample என்னவா இருக்கும், n by 2 minus 1 இருக்கும். அப்போ இங்கே வந்து என்ன ஆகும், இது எப்படி எழுதலாம், n minus 2 by 2 I can write it. So here I am writing n minus 2 by 2. Whether you understand this, first 0 to n minus 1, half the sample is n by 2. So n by 2 to n minus 1 I have taken, and here previous value I am going to put minus 1. So n minus 2 by 2. Okay, so here I have changed 0 to n minus 2 by 2 h of n e power minus j omega n. Okay, so now here instead of this 3 summation for odd, I am having 2 summation for even. So next remaining steps and all same. Okay, what we did here after writing this, we have to substitute the symmetric condition. We are going to calculate only the first one half. Okay, similarly here we are going to calculate only the first half, and we are going to equate, simplify the put the similar values for the second half. Listen, if we have any confusion in writing this summation, so what you do is, if you change the summation from this step to this step, when you change the summation, what you need to do is you just replace wherever you are having n, there you need to replace by n minus 1 minus n. So n minus 1 minus n. So whenever you change the summation to this range, you have to replace n minus 1 minus 1, because we know that one half is equivalent to another half. So we can find out from this part. Okay, so now I have split this summation. Then I am going to apply the symmetric condition. What is the symmetric condition here? Symmetric condition is h of n is equal to h of n minus 1 minus n is the symmetric condition. So summation n is equal to 0 to n minus 2 by 2 h of n e power minus j omega n plus summation n is equal to 0 to n minus 1 by 2 h of n e power minus j omega n minus 1 minus n. Only we going to apply for this coefficient, not for this angle. Okay, so now see this that is odd case. Here after writing this symmetric condition, we substitute this h of n, then we find out the magnitude response and phase response. So in that, in order to find the phase response, we have taken the coefficient of this center value outside, but here it is even, so we may not able to know which value you need to take, but normally we know that tau is equal to n minus 1 by 2, right? Okay, n minus 1 by 2. Okay, so now what I am going to do is, I am going to take here n minus 1 by 2 outside. Okay, either you can multiply or divide by e power minus j omega n minus 1 by 2. Otherwise you can take this here from e power minus j omega n by 2 outside. Okay, so if I do this, what I will get is e power minus j omega n minus 1 by 2. You just have multiplication and division. So I'm going to multiply and divide with e power minus j omega n minus 1 by 2 by divided by e power plus e power minus j omega n minus 2. That e power minus j omega n minus 2 I'm going to multiply inside. Okay, இங்கே எழுதுறதுக்கு பதிலாக நான் என்ன பண்ண போகிறேன்னா இந்த இடத்துல எழுதுறேன் minus j omega n e power plus j omega n minus 1 by 2. Okay, so listen, I'm going to multiply and divide by e power j omega n minus 1 by 2. இதுதான் கரெக்ட். ஓகேவா? இந்த கீழே எழுதாமல் ஜஸ்ட் ஐ எம் நாட் ரைட்டிங் திஸ் இன் த டினாமினேட்டர். இதை மேலே எடுத்துகிட்டு போய் எழுதினாலும் சேம் தானே. ஸோ வென் ஐ டேக் திஸ் டு த நியூமரேட்டர் இட் பிகம் இ பவர் ப்ளஸ் ஜே ஒமேகா. அதை தான் இங்கே உள்ள மல்டிப்ளை பண்ணி வச்சுருக்கேன். whether you understand this step? Okay, so now we need to combine these two steps. So I have taken e power j omega outside, so n minus 1 by 2 minus n the coefficient, so you will get e power j omega n minus 1 by 2 minus n. So here I am taking minus j omega outside, so n minus 1 minus n, you will get plus n minus 1 by 2. This is 1 n plus n minus 1 by 2. Sorry, here you will have minus, right? So because I am taking the minus outside, so minus, so n minus 1 minus n minus 1 by 2, that is similar to 1 minus half. So I am getting n minus 1 by 2 minus n. Now I am going to put this value here. Now after substituting these values I am getting this answer, then taking this as common and combining these two I am getting 2 cos omega n minus 1 by 2 minus n. Now this is what the frequency response we have find out. So now this is the phase response and this is the magnitude response. Now I have written it separately. Okay, so that's what the procedure to find out the frequency response when n is odd and n is even for symmetric condition. Okay, next we will see the for antisymmetric condition n is odd and when n is even.